Hey guys, it's me King Diablo, and in today's video I'll review the skills for the new Corsair Awakening Buccaneer class. This is the first skill and it's called Scallop. It does knockback on successful hit and recovers 10 mana points on successful hit. The flows of this skill increases your attack power and critical hit chance. This is a short range skill and can only be used for PvE farming. This is a second skill and it's called Temptation of the Sea. This skill does knockback on successful hit and has forward guard. It also recovers 10 mana points on successful hit, and when the reload skill effect is active, it increases the attack range and a number of hits on this skill. This effect I will explain later on in this video. The flows that this skill has are enemy defense decrease flow, a bleed effect flow, and a flow that changes the forward guard of the skill into super armor when activated. This is a mid-range skill and can be used for PvP and mass PvP. This is the third skill for Buccaneer class and it's called Seawater Hunting. This skill does knockback on first hit and knockdown on last hit. When the reload skill effect is active, it increases the attack range and the number of hits of the skill. The flows of the skill reduces enemy attack power and reduces the cooldown of the skill. This is a mid-range skill and can be used for PvE farming. This is a fourth skill and it's called Captain's Command Start. This skill does bound on successful hit and is super armor, but it's not applied in arena. The flows of this skill increases your attack power and reduces enemy movement speed. This skill also has an additional attack flow which deals same damage as this skill, has super armor but it's not applied in arena, and does bound on successful hit. This is a long range skill and the flow of this skill is mid-ranged, and this skill can be used for both PvP and mass PvP. It can also be used for PvE farming. This is a fifth skill and it's called Captain Appears. This skill has super armor but it's not applied in arena, and it does daze on successful hit. And when the reload skill effect is active, it increases this skill's attack range and number of hits. The flows of this skill inflicts bleed on enemy, reduces their movement speed, and increases your defense power. It also increases the number of charges of the skill by 1. This is a sixth skill and it's called Skip the Swell. This skill has invincibility and does knock down on successful hit. Also, when the reload skill effect is active, it increases the attack range and the number of hits of the skill. The flows of this skill reduces enemy attack power and reduces the cooldown of the skill. This skill also has an additional attack flow which can be used by keeping the skill icon pressed for longer, and it does same damage as the skill. It has a super armor and does knock down on successful hit. This is a mid-range skill and can be used for both PvP and mass PvP. This is a seventh skill and it's called Sausage Breaking Through the Waves. This skill has super armor, but it's not applied in arena and it does knock down on successful hit. Also, when the reload skill effect is active, it increases the number of hits and the attack range of the skill. The flows of this skill recovers your HP and inflicts bleed on your enemy. This skill also has an additional attack flow which does 50% skill damage of the skill, has super armor but it's not applied in arena and does knock down on successful hit. Also, you can move while using the attack when the flow is active. This is a mid-range skill and can be used for both PvP and PvE. This is our 8th skill and is called Cut the Sea. This skill has super armor and does knock up on successful hit. Also, when the reload skill effect is active, it increases the number of hits and attack range of the skill. The flows of this skill reduces enemy attack power and enemy movement speed. This skill also has another flow which when activated it lets you charge up the skill to increase the damage of the skill by a total of 30%. This is a good high damage skill for both PvP and PvE. This is a 9th skill and it's called Reload. This skill has super armor but it's not applied in arena and when used it buffs up certain skills. The flows of this skill increases your defense and reduces the cooldown of the skill. Also, there is another flow of the skill which when activated lets you move while using the skill. So basically when you use this skill it gives you one charge, and when you use certain skills after this it consumes this charge and increases the number of hits and attack range. The cooldown of this skill is very low, so you can keep using it continuously. This is a very good skill for mass PvP. This is a 10th skill and it's called Swell Beats. It does knock up on successful hit and recovers 10 mana points on successful hit. The flows of this skill reduces enemy attack speed, increases the range of this skill and inflicts burn on enemy. This is a mid-range skill and can be used for PvE farming. This is our 11th skill and it's called Romantic Sailor, and it's her buff skill. The flows of this skill increases the critical hit damage and Black Spirit skill damage. This is our base attack skill. This is our passive skill and it's called the Fluttering Fish Pirates Assembles. You can activate this passive skill effect by using any 3 skills. It consumes 40 mana points to activate it, and it increases the PvP damage and the damage to monsters by 10% for 10 seconds. It also summons a cannon which shoots cannonballs on your enemy, which deals 2000% PvE damage and 1000% PvP damage and deals knockdown on them. This cannon shoots cannonballs of 4 different colors: red, blue, yellow and rainbow, and the chances of shooting each cannonball is random. The chance of shooting the rainbow cannonball is the lowest and the red cannonball is the highest. Each color cannonball activates a special effect. So when you shoot the red cannonball, it deals 300 burn damage on your enemy every second for 3 seconds. The blue cannonball reduces enemy defense by 80 points for 10 seconds. The yellow cannonball reduces enemy attack by 80 points for 10 seconds. And lastly, the rainbow cannonball inflicts all the effects of all color cannonballs on your enemy. So overall, I had 2 issues with this class. Firstly, this class can't trade super armor with most classes, and secondly, it lacks getaway skills, especially for mass PvP. Also, you'll have hard time keeping up with fast classes like Yacha or Huntress when playing the Buccaneer class. Now let's see the dodge animation and Black Spirit skills for Buccaneer class. If you want to watch some PvP with Buccaneer class, I've already done a video on that on my channel. You can check there. And if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. I will see you in the next video.